Yo, what it do, guys? How you doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you guys with the UFC Fight Night London edition, guys. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment on the live stream, man. And if you're watching on the replay, leave me a comment in the comment section. I really appreciate it. And if you're returning and you forgot to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, man. It really helps out my channel. I got some good takes, I think, man. I've been on this card all week, just like last week. Last week in the DFS Club, we won thousands. We took down, and I grant you guys, I only play 5 lineups. I play 5 lineups. That's it. And we took it all down. So on the 150 max multi, whatever the hell you call it, entries. So what's up? We got Smoothie Silk in here. We got Dylan in here. What's up, guys? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? So, without further ado, let's start the freaking show, guys. All right, so before we get into it, you guys already know what it is. We got to keep the lights on around here. We got to pay the bills. You guys want to come join the DFS Club? That's where you get all my lineups. You guys get ownership, projections, top stacks, and we play every single sport. Every sport. Nobody does this, guys. You got 2 providers in one. You got DFS Space, my brother from another mother, myself, Skywalker DFS. You get every single sport. Like I said, not just UFC. You get every single sport. If you're a DFS player, this is the place for you. Just click join now. Hell, if I can figure it out, anybody can. Click on my logo, Skywalker DFS, so I get credit. And then pick your plans, guys. Shop around. MLB is right around the corner, too. So we are the cheapest in the industry. It's not even close. Excuse me. Woo. Sorry, guys. We cover prize picks, too. I know everybody loves prize picks right now. We got sports wagering. We got Squallman Sportsbook in there. Bronze, silver. All these plans you got all access. We do the members only podcast 1 hour before lock. The only difference is the more you pay up, the more you save. So come check us out, guys. DFSclub.com. Every single sport, you get my lineups, ownership, projections. You guys already know what it is. So let's go. All right. So I'm still waiting on DFS Whispers easy. But I'm going to go ahead and get into it. If he wants to hop in here, we'll catch up. But let's just get right into it, guys. So let's bring up the Tapology here. All right, so we got UFC Fight Night Volkov versus Aspinall, guys. So first up, we got Cody Durden. Mohammed Makaya versus Cody Durden, guys, to kick it off, man. What a banger this one should be. You got Muhammad at 9.1K. Let me fix the screen here and make sure we're good, though. Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. That way you guys can see everything. Yeah, like better like this or like this. Let's do it like this for now. That's better. Okay. So Muhammad, man, a lot of hype coming in with this kid. A lot of hype. He's only 21 freaking years old. He's already got a ton of fights under his belt. He's coming out of freaking says United Kingdom. So I thought this kid was Russian, but what do I know, right? Russian-esque wrestling, man. Throws good combos, head kicks. He's willing to bang in there. Him and Cody Durden fight very similar. Very similar. Body kicks, good wrestling. Cardio, it's pretty good from what I've seen, man, but it's just like one of those things where he hasn't really been later in rounds that much. So, I mean, he's 21 years old, though. I mean, who can you tell me a 21-year-old that don't have good cardio, right? Yeah, Cody Durden. He's trying to be a heel, man. That last fight, he told him to take his ass back to China. Y'all remember that one. He's 7.1K. Nasty leg kicks, man. He's fast, constant pressure, like Kobe Covington pressure. Goes for takedowns, good wrestling. He does slow down, though. He does slow down in the second. I watched that last fight twice, and he slows down in the third, but he still stays active. It's not like he just stands out there. He still stays active, but yeah, he's tired. Decent boxing, and he has a lot of output. The official pick, I guess, is going to be Muhammad. But I think Cody Durden is a live dog here. I think if it goes 3 rounds, not only will Cody score high, I think you get super low ownership on him. I think it goes to the third round, man. That means Cody's in it. That means he's weathered the storm of Muhammad. But if you're going to take Muhammad here, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay 9.1K. So you're pretty much looking for an early sub, right? Which is possible. That's what I picked on Tapology. I picked Muhammad by first round submission. After watching my boy Jimmy Flick do that flying triangle and landed on Durden and made him tap in the first round. I've seen it before, guys. It could happen again. But yeah, give me Muhammad at 9.1K, but I will have a little sprinkle on some Cody Durden for you guys. Dylan, we're waiting for the Whispherers, man. Simo, what's up, brother? What's up? Buck Bumble's in here. What's going on, guys? Let's go. I appreciate you guys stopping by. We got the whole freaking DFS club in here. Right on, guys. Thanks for supporting me, man. Thanks for tuning in. This is free money, right? We're giving away free picks here. All right, next up, we got Elise Reid going up against Corey Mckenna. So first of all, before I go any further, remember this fight, this whole card is in England, and these judges are very biased. So, in all honesty, like if you think a fight's going to go the full 3 rounds, 5 rounds, what have you, and there's an English or a UK person in that octagon, you best believe if it's somewhat close, they're going to give it to that UK person. So keep that in mind on this card, guys. I don't think that's being said enough. So just make sure to keep that in the back of your mind, man. So we got Elise Reid. She is, let's see, 7.4K on DraftKings. You got Corey Mckenna at 8.8K on DraftKings. Elise Reid, man, got scorched in her debut. She stood there. She did some kind of ugly ass, like, she didn't even leave, like, fight. And then she stood in the corner, did like this ugly ass sideways looking kick. Terrible. But, you know, I've watched her other fights. She's done some damage. But give me Corey Mckenna here at 8.8K. Elise Reid, you know, she's a good striker, Muay Thai striker. I just don't know if she can get it done here. And again, my angle here is I think this one goes to the judges. I don't think Elise Reid finishes Corey Mckenna. And with that said, do you think the judges are going to pick against Corey Mckenna out of Wales? I don't think so. So Corey Mckenna, 8.8K, perfect. I think on this card, you're going to want to stay in like that middle 8K range. That's a good way to look at it. I mean, Corey McKenna's got good boxing, good 1-2 up the middle, man. She's a brawler. She goes for takedowns. Good chin. She'll take a lot of shots, man. Good top control once she's on top. And if she gets reversed or whatever and she ends up on bottom, she stays busy on bottom, man. She throws some elbows and fists. She does it all, man. So yeah, the official pick here is going to be Corey Mckenna at 8.8K. And I haven't even looked at ownership yet, but I have a feeling she's probably going to be pretty chalky. All right, next up, we got Jack Shore coming out of Wales. He is 7.6K versus Timur Valiev, 8.6K out of Russia. So Jack Shore, man, he's a grappler. He goes for lots of takedowns. You guys know we love that for DFS. Submission specialist, man. He throws nasty leg kicks, head kicks, nasty elbows from top too, man. Good takedown defense. Great cardio. Valiev, man, looked like shit at weigh-ins. Looked absolutely. I mean, I think he was the last one to weigh in, something like that. Didn't look good, man. But he's fast. He throws head kicks, leg kicks, good movement. He also goes for takedowns. He's a wild striker, like a lot of overhand shit. Last fight he did get tapped. Sorry, didn't get tapped. He got dropped, but ended up with a nice comeback victory over Barcelos. So, I mean, if he gets knocked down, man, he can come right back in. He recovers pretty well, and he also has good cardio. I'm going to take the dog here at Jack Shore. 1, I think this one goes to the judges. 2, I like I like his scoring for DraftKings and FanDuel. I like takedowns. I like the control time, all that good stuff. Schroeder's right behind me here going crazy. So Yeah, give me Jack Shore at 7.6K. One of my favorite dogs on this card. I'll probably have a pretty good amount of Shore, but I think as far as like underdogs goes, guys, I think he'll be kind of chalky as an underdog. That's my take, but we'll see. We shall see. Next up, this one should be a banger, man. We got Nikita Krylov versus Paul the Bear Jew Craig. Krylov could be had at 8.7K. Paul Craig could be had for 7.5K, man. We all know what we get with Paul Craig. Submission specialist. You go to the ground with him, he's going to rip your arm off and beat you to death with it. He just beat Jamal Hill, man. Broke his arm. And then had him in that nasty triangle and just punched him. And Jamal Hill's arms just flapping and like the wind, man. It was, ooh, man. Krylov, man. He hasn't fought in over a year. But he's fought some pretty good competition, right? Glover Teixeira, Magomed Ankalaev. He lost to Blachowicz. He beat Johnny Walker, which you better beat Johnny Walker, and Ovint St. Preux. So the pick for me is going to be Paul Craig, not just because I'm a Paul Craig fan, but I mean, how can you not be? The guy who puts his freaking war paint on and goes up in the face-offs today. And yeah, how'd you like that first face-off, though, by the way? That was pretty entertaining. Krylov, man, he's got good movement, good wrestling, body kicks, decent striking. I think when he throws those kicks, he kind of overextends. And I think that's where Paul Craig snatches him up, if that makes sense. So Krylov kind of winds up, throw these kicks, and you can kind of see him coming. And I think Paul Craig's going to see that. He's going to get him down, and I think he's going to sub him. I think that's it. Because once you go down with Paul Craig, he's going to sub you. He just, from what I saw, Krylov doesn't make the best decisions on the ground either. So, I mean, it's all there to take Paul Craig. I'm going to take him at 7.5K here. It's a 50-50 fight. If you give me a 50-50 fight, I'm going to take the dog 9 times out of 10. So, give me Paul freaking Craig, man. Let's go. All right, next up. This one should be over quickly. We got Shamil. Big Shamil here, man. Going up versus Sergey Pavlovich, man. So Shamil is on a 2-fight losing streak. Lost to Dawkins with nothing to be ashamed of. He did get scorched, though. I think they're still scraping up his carcass off the mat after that one. Lost to Curtis Blades. Nothing to be ashamed of there either. Beat Tybura, Andrei Arlovsky. We all know these guys. Chase Sherman. Sergey, man, I think he's the Drago here, man. He beat Maurice Green first round. Marcelo Golm, don't know who that dude is. He lost to Oversteam. I believe that was his debut. Yeah, so he lost his debut to Oliver Oversteam, who was a good fighter at one time. I'm going to take the kid here, man. Give me Sergey at 9K. Probably my favorite 9K fighter. I think he gets a first-round knockout here. Shamil's chin is just gone. Now, you can't really judge him from those, losses. Those were tough fights. But, he's a powerful striker. He rips the body. He's very low volume, and I hate low volume. I hate it for fantasy. I hate it. He's got the worst spinning back kick I've ever seen in my life. Watch Shamil's spinning back kicks, guys. Holy crap, it's bad. It looks like a little toddler trying it out for the first time. Leaves his hands down low too. You can't do that against Sergey, man. He'll squirt you. I mean, in that last fight though, he got KO'd really bad. Sergey, man, he's coming off a little layoff. 2019, I believe, is due to visa issues, so nothing he can control. Powerful striker, man. Overhand right, that stiff jab. I think he's going to get it done, and I think he's going to pay off that 9K price tag and get it done in the first round. So give me Sergey. One of my most confident picks, man, at 9K. All right, still no Whispherers yet. Maybe Easy got tied up. All right, next up, we got Mike Gundy. Can be had at 8.5K versus Marwan Americani. There we go. At 7.7K. This should be a 50-50 fight. Mike Grundy, we love him for fantasy, right? We love these wrestlers. We love these grapplers. They get the takedown, the top control, all that good stuff, man. Grundy, man, good movement, takedowns, great wrestling. Always shooting for the takedowns. That's what I love. When you're always shooting for the takedowns, I like that fighter. Decent overhand right, too. He's got great cardio. Constant high pace, high pressure also. Good chin, man. Great chin. You got Murakami, though. Whew, he got knocked out bad his last fight. Bad. He goes for takedowns also. He's also got good wrestling. He's a better striker than Mike Grundy. He's got good top pressure on top, but man, Lerone Murphy knocked him cold. He went in for a takedown and got kneed right in the puss, and he was out for a while, a long time. And that was only 4 months ago. After a knockout like that, I'd like to see guys take at least a year off, man, because that was brutal. Brutal. He lost to Kirk, Barboza. I mean, nothing to be ashamed of with the Barboza loss, but man, that nasty knee up the front. Holy cow. Give me Mike Grundy here at 8.5K. I'm going to have a lot of them because the upside's there for fantasy points. Even if this one goes the full 3 rounds, you add up all the takedowns, all the control time, and he's from England. So the judges probably will see it his way. If it's remotely close, it goes to the judges. Remember, the UK fighters are going to get the freaking decision no matter what. So, yeah, give me Mike Grundy, even though he's lost 2 in a row, man. I think it's, he looked good against Lando. I think he actually won that fight, honestly. But Lando's Lando. I love that guy, too. Lost to Evalev. He's another one, man. He hasn't fought in 9 months. But, yeah, give me Grundy. I feel pretty good about it, too, at 8.5K. All right. Let's move right along. So we got 12 fights, 1 dropped out. Next up, this one should be a banger too. We got Jai Herbert, the pervert, going up versus Ilia Topuria, man. Man. It's not a good matchup for Jai. Jai, let's see where I got him at here. I think I go back to my first page of notes here. Yeah. So Jai Herbert can be had at 6.9K. Powerful striker, man. That overhand right is nasty. Good movement. Nice kicks. Clean striking. Clean boxing, man. Just what do I hate, guys? Low freaking volume. Low volume. He is from England, right? I don't think this one goes to the judges. I really doubt it. I feel pretty good here. You guys know who I'm going to take. I'm going to take Topuria, grappler, takedown, submission specialist. He can get done on the feet too. He starts out kind of slow, and then just like as the fight goes, man, he picks it up and picks it up. Then he brings on that pressure. Powerful strikes, ground and pound. He'll put the lights out, man. He's got that death touch. So, yeah, Topuria, another 9K fighter that I really like that I think pays off that price tag. I think he's going to knock him out. So, give me Topuria here. I'm kind of assuming he'll be pretty chalky even at 9.3K. But it's hard to tell, right? Because we got so many good fighters on this card, like Patty, right? I'm sure he'll be chalky. A lot of people are going to want to get to him. So you got to be real careful on that 9K range this week. You got to get the highest scoring one out of all of them. Let's take a look at the chat here. Let's see, Stefan. Grundy fighting for his pops, who will be cage side. Oh, I did not know that. Thanks for that little tidbit there, Stefan. I appreciate it. So you're with me on the Grundy pick. Awesome, dude. All right, guys, we got to shout out a sponsor here. This sponsor is a friend of mine. She won us a lot of money. She was in the takedown lineup. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, it's gonna freeze on me. Let me know if I'm having. Can you guys still hear me or see me? This thing's been doing this. Let me know. You guys comment. Can you hear me or see me? Let me know. What? You're probably in the comments right now going, what? Because my computer just froze. What? I'm assuming. Okay, I'm good. Okay. So right now I'm looking at a frozen screen. So bear with me 1 second, guys. Thank you, Stefan, for letting me know. We got 13 people in here. Let's go. I might have to pop out and pop back in. So don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Just a little technical difficulty. Hey, it's what happens when you go live, man. What can I say? Let's wait for it for a second. Hopefully it does respond. All right, I'll be right. Don't go anywhere, guys. Let's do this. Now what the hell's going on here? All right, let's go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. What's up? Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me good? I'm thinking about putting one 9K player and balance the rest. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do, Mr. Woods. Okay, good. Sorry, I apologize, guys. It's freaking live. What can I tell you? My computer, it's been acting up a little bit, and I'm kind of mad about it because I paid a lot for this damn thing. So this is the other sponsor of the show, guys. It's fearthemaverick.net. As we know, she won us a lot of money last week. Let's show her some love, man. Fearthemaverick.net. Miranda Maverick, this is her shop. This is her site, man. You want to order, check out the shop here. Use promo code Skywalker10 to get 10% off. 10% off. She's got clothing. She's constantly updating the website. Training gear. Those of y'all like training gear, she got you covered there. Accessories, all that stuff. Also, go check out her Instagram account too. That's where most of her stuff is. But autograph photos, like I said, these are always popular because, especially if you contact her on Instagram, let her know Skywalker sent you. She'll personalize the autograph for you. And those of you that collect sports memorabilia, like when she becomes champion and win, they'll be worth a lot more than what you paid for them. She does autograph gloves too. So she'll work with you, man. Go check her out. Fearthemaverick.net. Use promo code Skywalker10 at checkout to get 10% off. And then let her know on hit her up on Instagram. Fear the Maverick. I'll leave the link in the description below. And if you want anything customized or anything, let her know. She'll do it for you. So just let her know Skywalker sent you. All right. So let's get back to it, guys. Let's pull this back up. Hopefully it doesn't freaking freeze on me, right? Oh, that makes me so upset. All right. So right back to it. Make sure we're good. Good. Let me close this out. All right. Here we go. Molly Meatball McCann. I see a lot of people are kind of split on this one. I don't get it, honestly, versus Luana Carolina. I'm not a big fan of Carolina, man. I don't like what I see. She's very freaking low volume. She'll throw like one or two strikes a minute. She's 7.8K. Molly Meatball can be had at 8.4K. This is what I'm talking about. These mid-range fighters, right? Molly's at home, England, right? You guys saw, that energy she comes with. She looked great her last fight. She's a striker. She's a brawler, man. Great chin. She'll take a beating. High output. We love high output. She mixes it up. She'll go for takedowns too. Just always in her face, man. Always good forward pressure. I mean, Carolina got subbed by Lipsky with a freaking knee bar, man. How are you going to get subbed by Lipsky? Lipsky's fine and all, but damn, really? She did beat Polyana, and then she beat Lupita when Lupita did that like 2 fights in 2 weeks deal. But man, just low volume for Carolina. I think this one goes the distance. I think this one goes to the judges. And these British judges are not going to give it to the Brazilian. They're going to give it to the young lady from right there in the United Kingdom. So Molly McCann at 8.4K. I'd say about maybe in a victory, she probably gets you about 70 or 80 DraftKings points. It's not like she gets a lot of knockdowns, a lot of takedowns, but she could. Could go heavy grappling here because if she can get Carolina on the ground, Carolina's like a fish out of water, man. She don't know what to do on the ground. But Yeah, good point, Shelby. But we had Maverick on our lineup last week and got that second round sub. So you never know, right? Just no one wanted to pay $9K for a female fighter. But yeah, you make a good point though. This is a very good point. Unless it's a finish, right? But we're not paying out of our butts here. It's only 8.4K for Molly. And if the Carolina backers, it's only 7.8. So I'm gonna take Molly is the pick at 8.4. I think she gets it done via decision, guys. Even if she's losing, I think the judges will give it to her just because she's from the UK. I'm telling you guys, watch. You're gonna see some robberies tomorrow. I promise you. Next up, man. This ought this ought to be a good one. We got Gunnar Nelson 9.2K going up versus Tashiki Sato. He can be had at 7K. My man Clint from the Die Hard MMA podcast called Tashaki the Asian Sam Alvey. And he is, man. He is. He just stands there and bangs, bro. I love this guy as a fan, Sato. He's got a great sense of humor. He's always like joking around and stuff. I like that, man. Gunnar Nelson's had a little layoff. He last fought Gilbert Burns 2 years and 4 months ago. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. But it was Gilbert freaking Burns. It went to the judges, and it was a close fight. Gunnar Nelson, man, 2019 to be exact. He has this wide, like sideways stance, low volume, side kicks, takedowns. He takes his time, man. He'll wrap up a submission. He likes to clinch up against the cage. I know that's not fun to watch, but it is considered control time. So that does score pretty good on DraftKings. 9.2K. And then Sato, striker, power, just like Sam Alvey, man. Power in his punches, but very low volume, just like Sam Alvey. Very low volume. Very low volume. Questionable takedown defense. Questionable. And I'm putting that nicely. And he's coming up on short notice. I'm going to take Gunnar Nelson here at 9.2K. You could be different here. He can snatch him up and get a submission here. I think it's live. Sato's not going to know what to do on the ground. He could be taken down. And Gunnar does take his time, but once he lands that takedown, Sato's going to be in a lot of trouble. And I think out of the 9K fighters, I think Gunnar might be really low owned. So make sure you guys stay on top of that ownership. DFS Club, you guys know I got you with the ownership. So the pick's going to be Gunnar. I feel pretty good about it. It's just a matter of, is he going to pay off that 9.2K price tag, right? That's what we're always worried about. And so, yeah, give me Gunnar here. Next up, we got Paddy Pimblett, 9.4K. Probably very popular versus Rodrigo Vargas at 6.8K. Paddy does it all. For you sports wagers out there, I got a pick for you. Now, his last fight, he knocked the dude out. He knocked out, what was the bum's name? Luigi, right? Luigi actually didn't look bad, but he knocked him out. Paddy's actually a grappler. So I'd probably take Paddy by submission here. I think you can get pretty good numbers on that. Paddy's a striker, leg, body kicks, grappler. He can be taken down, though. His takedown defense isn't that good. I will say that. He does need to work on that. He does have a good chin. High output, man. And then he'll slap in a submission. That's his thing. But you never know, right? He could be one of these grapplers that falls in love with that striking after he knocks a couple fools out. You see that all the time. Rodrigo Vargas, 6.8K. If you guys want to be different, you can take a shot here. But, I mean, if you're going to play 150 lineups, probably get like 1% because he'll probably have no ownership. But the pick is going to be Paddy for sure. Rodrigo throws body, leg kicks. Nice 1-2 up the front. He's got a nasty front elbow. Last fight, he really gassed out his arms. I can't question his cardio because he threw in 2 guillotines and just held on. They weren't in, but he held on for like a good 2 minutes of that last fight. So it's hard to say, like, I know his arms were gassed out. Like, you put someone you squeeze for 2 minutes, your arms are going to feel like jello. But also that also exhausts your body. So I can't say his cardio is questionable. That's not fair to say. But Paddy in England, Give me Paddy Pimblett. What a shocker over there, right? If you want to be real cute, you take Rodrigo as a high GPP. I mean, really, really, really high GPP pick. But yeah, the pick is going to be Paddy. Next up, man, I've been back and forth on this one, guys. We got the co-main event of the evening. Woo! Arnold Allen versus Dan, the Hangman Hooker. Dan Hangman Hooker dropping down in weight, man. This is a fight that I think will be in the optimal. I think you have to get some of these shares. Just like I said last week when I had Easy on here. The 8K versus the 8.2K fighter, always in the optimal. It always is. Arnold Allen could be had for 8K. Hooker can be had at 8.2. I've been back and forth, man. I might have 50-50 of this fight. The official pick's going to be Dan Hooker. Do I feel confident about it? No, I do not. Hooker has seen better days, but you can't hold it against him. He lost to Islam Makhachev, Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier. You can't knock him for those losses. So Arnold Allen, man, he throws kicks. He's high volume with the striking, man. He's pretty flashy. Good submission game. Powerful left hand. Low output, though. You guys know how I feel about low output. I think that was a deal breaker for me on this one. He just scores super low. Go look at his DraftKings points. He scores super low, guys, and it's that low volume. Hooker can do it everything. Striker, grappler, wrestling, leg kicks, man. He's got that. He's tall as shit. He's tall for this division, man. Flying knees. His chin is, you can say it's questionable, right? But those were way better fighters. High volume, which we like. Good forward pressure. Good takedown defense, man. Good luck getting the Hangman down. So that was the decider for me. I think Dan Hooker takes it here. I think he gets a finish. Here. You don't want it to go to the judges, although one's from the United Kingdom, one's from New Zealand, right? Arnold Allen could squeak out a decision here by some crooked ass British judges. You never know, right? So if it goes the distance, I'm going to be nervous. But at the same time, I'm probably going to have 60-40 Dan Hooker. I will have shares of Arnold Allen because it's a coin flip, man. It really is. Will Allen have ring rust? It's only been 11 months. He beat Sadiq Youssef, who we just saw in that last card, get the victory. He beat Nick Lentz, Gilbert Melendez. I mean, he's fought some good competition, but not anywhere near the competition Dan Hooker's fought. So the pick is going to be Dan Hooker. The writing's on the wall for me. He's 8.2K. And again, for that takedown lineup, for that optimal lineup, I think you got to get this fight in there for your lineups, guys. Just saying. Before we get into the main event, we got Chris Cox in here. What's up, my man? He says Hooker KO. I agree, dude. I agree. Not close. Chris is pretty confident. I hope so, man, because I hope I got a good read here and with the Hangman pick. It's just, God, it makes me so nervous with these British judges, right? If it goes the distance, we might be in trouble. But it's not. I'm telling you, you guys watch. Someone's getting robbed tomorrow. Maybe a couple people are going to get robbed by these judges. Just saying. That's what happens when you go overseas. All right, guys, let's get to the main event of the evening. Everybody's torn on this one. At least I think so, right? Let me know what you guys think. We got Alexander Volkov versus Tom Aspinall. So Volkov could be had at 7.9K. Aspinall, 8.3K. Volkov, man, he's fought the better competition. He's fought the who's who. He's fought everybody. The only problem I have with Volkov, even in 5-round fights, look at his scores. Very low. Very low. I don't like that. Do not like that. Now, last week we got away with taking down by fade in the main event. This could be the case here. I think you probably could fade this fight and still have a good shot at taking down. I don't think you need these guys to be in the optimal, only because Volkov, if he does win, he scores very low, even in 5 rounds. He's going to have to finish this kid, Tom Aspinall, which I don't see. We know what we're getting with Volkov. He's big for the division, man, but so is Aspinall. He's a striker. Powerful 1-2. Powerful kicks, 5-round experience under his belt, good takedown defense, just low output. Volkov, there's a lot of low output. I don't like that. He takes his time, right? He knows he's going to be in there for a while, so he doesn't rush it, which is smart. That's what you should do. Tom Aspinall at 8.3K has got that death touch. I think 8.3K for a guy with death touch in his fists, and he's from England. If it goes to the judges somehow, which it could, a lot of people are questioning Aspinall's cardio. I don't know. I haven't seen it. He's too busy knocking fools out early in the first round, right? Powerful striker. He throws these good feints, man. He takes his time. But, man, that polar bear fight, that last fight, he murdered that polar bear, dude, who we just saw get a nice win. They're still scraping him off the canvas, dude. Aspinall, I think, is the side here, guys. 8.3K for a guy with death touch. Now, nothing against Volkov. I'm a Volkov fan. This is the first time I probably haven't picked Volkov. But I think Aspinall's, I think he's the real deal, man. I think he's going to get it done here. I think he's the future of this division. I'm going to take him to 8.3. I'm going to fade Volkov because even if he wins, he probably gets you a 60 or a 70. And that's not going to get it done, right? So if you got chalky Volkov, who I'd imagine he would be chalky on a 12-fight slate. A lot of people have him and he only gets a 60. Right? You might be in trouble. Aspinall at 8.3, if he gets it done in that first round at lower ownership, which I think he might be, but you know, the main event guys are always chalk. We already know that. I'm going to have to look at ownership, guys. But the pick is going to be Aspinall. I think, you know, Volkov has only been knocked out twice in his career, which is in the heavyweight division. That's something to be very proud of. I think Aspinall does it, guys. Call me crazy. Call me insane. But I think Aspinall does. Now, am I 100% confident in that pick? Hell no. No freaking way. I'm thinking as far as DFS purposes, DraftKings, FanDuel, who's going to score what? I like what I'm seeing out of Tom Aspinall as far as scores, right? If he let's say even if he doesn't knock out Volkov, let's say he knocks him down, he gets like 2 or 3 knockdowns. What are knockdowns, guys? What, 5 fantasy points each? So yeah, give me Aspinall. I'm not gonna have any Volkov. And wait a minute. You guys thought I'd miss you, huh? Hold on. What do we got here? Go easy.
Yo, what's up?
Where you from?
Let me get myself situated real quick. I just lost. There
Yeah,
we
no
are.
worries,
There
bro.
we are.
No worries.
Man, I mixed up my times, man. I thought we were doing it late.
Oh no, it's all good. It's better late than never, bro. How'd we do
Yeah.
last week? Did we not take shit down or what?
Man, we fucking crushed last week.
Thousands of dollars we won in the
Thousands,
DFS
man.
club. Yes.
Thousands. That was a beautiful week, man. We nailed damn near everything.
It's just we did, man. I mean, you and I didn't agree on a lot of fights, but when it came down to it, dude, like
we were
made
right.
the right when we made the lineups, it worked out. It worked out.
Hell yeah, we were right. I just wish I had Aldridge, man. I would have made way more if I just slid Aldridge
That's who I had.
and took
Yeah.
that 60. Because
Yep.
I had a lot of 5 out of 6s, but they all placed top 10, so I wasn't mad.
Yeah, that's the first takedown I've had where I've had 2 female fighters in one lineup because I had Maverick and then I had Homegirl.
That's what we expected, though. We expected a low scoring slate.
Yeah. So what are your takes here, man? What are your takes here? Let's break it down. I went through all the fights, but
yeah, you could just
let's go through it. So Makaya versus Cody Durden. You got any hot takes here?
Yeah. I mean, Makaya is not really proven. Well, we don't really know much about him, but Cody Durden isn't the guy that's going to test him, in my opinion.
What do you think about that face-off? You see it?
I gotta watch the face-offs. I missed it.
Oh, they had to be drug out of there, kicking
They
and
were
screaming. They were ready to go at it, man.
On social media, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. No shots on Durden at all.
Nah.
All
I mean,
right.
Durden's good, but he only got about 5 minutes of cardio, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I
But
was saying.
and he's not really even good. I'll take that back. But
Yeah, remember that?
Makaya, maybe next time around, let him whoop up on Durden a little bit, so the price gets even crazier. Then we get a 6,900 underdog that'll upset him next time.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my boy Jimmy Flick threw him in that, tapped him in that first round with that jumping triangle choke,
Yeah.
man.
Hey,
How,
I nailed that pick on Flick. I think we all were on
yeah, we
Flick.
all did,
Man.
man. I had him
Yeah,
on the show. Remember a
yeah, I
week before
remember
that.
that. He was
Yeah.
crazy
What
how he
about
recovered.
Elise Reid and Mckenna?
Oh man, this is my hot take. I think Corey McKenna's getting too slept on in this spot. First round sub. It's
Ooh,
that fight's not getting past the second round. And Corey McKenna's gonna handle business. At least Reed's a white belt going up against a purple belt. At least Reed can't stop a takedown to save her life. And she can't grapple to save her life. So yeah, McKenna's like one of my hot takes on this slate.
all right, Mckenna. I like that's who I took. How about Jack Shore and Timur Valiev?
I'm on the Jack Shore side, man.
That's what's up.
Jack Shore has been my dog in the UFC, so I'm gonna just keep rocking with him. And Timur Valiev, man, I don't know. He's just not my cup of tea, man. And he makes too many mistakes. And I think Jack Shore, the fight's going to decision, or Jack Shore may knock him out.
And what do you? I was telling everyone to keep in mind, and see if you can back me up on this. Remember, this is going to be in England, so you're going to
Yeah,
have some crooked ass British judges in there. You
British
might see
judges
a
are the
few
worst.
robberies.
Hey, that's why I just any fight that you feel like is close and has a British or United Kingdom fighter in there, just take them.
Right.
Take
That's
them.
exactly what I said.
Except one. Except one, but we'll get there.
We'll get. What about Shamil versus Sergey, man? Who you got
Uh,
here?
I'm kind of tempted to take a shot on Semil, mainly because we haven't seen Sergey in so long. Like, don't get me wrong, Sergey first round knockout is most likely to play here, but what if it just gets past that first round? What happens? Because I mean, Shamil Abdurakimov has been we've paid plus minus 200 for him before.
Yep.
He has been that guy before. He's older now, but it's heavyweight. We've seen 40-year-old heavyweights still do the damn things. If this fight gets past the first round, that's just the shaky part right there. But yeah, I guess I'm not touching this fight DFS wise, personally, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a bad knockout. But Shamil's
yeah.
fought some good guys. It's not like he fought a bunch of
Really,
cans.
really good guys. And I mean
Yeah.
probably he debuted against Overeem, so he didn't really
Yeah.
have it easy in his debut either. But it's just too many question marks in this fight. Could be a nice GPP fight. Shout out Douglas, by the way. What's good?
There you go, Douglas. How about Mike Gundy versus Marwan Arakani? Sorry.
That's another one, man. We're so 50-50 on that one. Because it's whoever can implement their wrestling first. They both have shitty cardio. So but I'll give Grundy the slight cardio edge. And I did actually take a plus 750 bet on Grundy to knock out Amir Khani, to be honest.
My man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took him too. So far, man, we've been on the same page except for I got Sergey.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
how
We
about did we
got
go over?
one thing.
What about Krylov versus Paul Craig?
Ah. I feel like that fight's gonna be a must-have fight on DraftKings. Whoever wins might 9 times out of 10 be in the optimal lineup. I'm a Paul Craig guy though, man.
Yeah, let's
I'm a
go.
Paul Craig guy, and I also got a bet on Paul Craig to win by submission.
Yeah, what I saw in the fight tape was my read was I think that Krylov, when he throws those kicks, he kind of
Mhm.
telegraphs them, and I think he's going to do that, and then I think
Yeah,
Craig's going to catch one of those kicks and then take him down, and then that's going
yeah.
to be it. That's how
I,
I see this
I,
fight going
I can
down.
see that. Plus, Karlov sometimes can have questionable fight IQ, and he will
Yes.
go into Paul Craig's guard. And if he does
Hmm.
that, let's just count our money.
That's what I was saying. So we're on the same page. We see it same going the same way. I made that exact point too. That his fight IQ is just I don't know, man.
That's
How
it. Just
about
like
Jai Herbert versus Taporia?
That's Taporia. I got Taporia first round sub, but if Taporia decides to play around a little too much on the feet, it could get dicey. But I'm not even taking no shots on her, bro. That's just Taporia. There's levels to this game, and Taporia's levels ahead. Yeah, Chris ain't wrong about that one. Krylov does have some pop too.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like that fight's gonna end up on the mat, and like Paul Craig says, tap, nap, or snap.
That's right, dude.
That's his words, man.
Wait till you see him at the face-offs too, man.
Hell
Face all
yeah.
painted up, he's
Yep.
all fired up, dude.
Always with the blue
Yep.
face paint, just yelling and shit.
Looking like Braveheart without the long hair.
Basically.
How about here's a good one for you. Molly Meatball McCann versus Luana Carolina. Who you got?
Man, give me Molly McCann.
Yes.
One of my
Go.
favorite female fighters to watch, man. She's just crazy.
Mhm.
Walking forward, winging bombs. I think people are overrating Carolina's takedown defense, and I think McCann could land at least 4 takedowns on Carolina, to be honest. And it's going to decision. Molly McCann's a fan favorite. Ain't no way, unless Carolina doubles or triples her up on the striking, there is no way Meatball's losing that fight, honestly, when it goes to the judges and it's close.
Right, and I'm seeing lots of chirps on Twitter. Everyone's taking Carolina. I'm like, do they not know where this fight is?
That's recency bias, man. What they saw from Godinez.
Yeah, but
Godinez took that on 6 days' notice.
right.
And she's like Carolina's like 2 Godinez's stacked together. So
Yeah, I'm just not impressed with Luana. Was that?
Yeah, I said, give me Meatball McCann here.
Let's go. How about Gunnar Nelson versus Clint from the Die Hard MMA podcast called the Asian Sam Alvey to Shocky Sato? But it's true, man. He fights just like Sam Alvey.
Yep, literally.
Who do you got here, man?
Man, I gotta go with Gunny Nelson. Got to.
Yep.
And he's one of my favorite 9K fighters because I just feel like it's gonna be an easy first round tap. As long as this fight hits the mat, there's levels to this game, and Sato is just not on the level that Gunnar Nelson is. Now, I know there's a lot of question marks on him with the layoff, but I mean, just look at the fighters that Gunnar Nelson has fought and look at the fighters that Takashi Sato has fought. And I mean, the dude's last 2 fights were Leon Edwards and Gilbert Burns. You got Santiago Ponzinibbio and a lot of other legends in the welterweight division, all in Gunnar Nelson's strength of schedule. And Sato has literally no takedown, but he literally just has no wrestling at all, no grappling. Gunnar Nelson will destroy him on the mat.
I agree. I love Sato's personality, always joking around. He trolled everyone with the weight cut on Instagram. I'm gotta go Gunnar Nelson.
Yeah.
How about Patty the Batty versus Rodrigo Vargas? Are you taking any shots on Rodrigo here? Easy.
Man. Honestly, now that I'm going through this card, it's really pretty much a chalk donkey kind of card this week. But because I only see about 3 underdogs winning, and 9 times out of 10, all 3 will be in my lineup too, because they make for a nice little build. But nah, man, I can't. I'm rocking with Patty the Batty here. I know a lot of people want to fade Paddy Pimblett. I personally enjoy his personality, but Vargas is not that guy. The opportunity will come. Maybe if he fights Topuria next, but Vargas is not that guy.
You look at me dead in the face and you tell me that Patty the Batty don't look like Owen Hart, bro.
Yep.
Same hair, just smaller.
Same hair, same look. Really, he's just missing the muscles. That's it.
That's it, right? The muscles. Now this next fight, Easy, I think is a must have. I think this has to be on the optimal. You know, the 8K versus 8.2K fights always are on the optimal. Arnold Allen versus Dan the Hangman Hooker. What's your take here?
Man, you know I'm a city kickboxing guy, man. So Dan Hooker's, I'm automatically biased to Dan Hooker, but come on, strength of schedule. Arnold Allen, you can argue, has a phenomenal win streak, but who has he fought? Just look through the strength of schedule. And I mean, I know Dan Hooker has lost like 2 out of his last 3 fights, but to who? Islam Makhachev?
The best in the world.
Who's going to be champ very soon. Michael Chandler just caught him early. Imagine if he would have just survived, or just survived for a couple more seconds, he'd finish Michael Chandler. It was just too quick for us to really know what happened. We saw what he did to Hectoras. I mean, Arnold Allen is good, but we really don't know how good Arnold Allen is. And Hooker's coming back down to 145. He was already a big lightweight. Now he's an even bigger featherweight. And people act like he sucked when he fight in featherweight. No, he was still getting wins. He was still on a win streak. Then he moved up to lightweight in his prime, and still was a contender in lightweight. I mean, if that was a 3-round fight between him and Justin Poirier, he would have won that fight. And
Yeah, that's fair.
You're not telling me that Arnold Allen is beating Dustin Poirier. And Arnold Allen
No.
sucks when it comes to scoring DraftKings points. His best win is at 87. Like literally, he has a bunch of 60s, and I want to say even has a 50 in a win. So give me Dan Hooker, man. He's just levels above Arnold Allen, and maybe Arnold Allen will prove me wrong, but I want to see it. I just want to see it.
Now, speaking of low scores,
Yeah,
we got the main event. Alexander Volkov versus Tom Aspinall. And I was telling everyone before you give your prediction here,
gotcha.
even in the 5-rounders, Volkov does not score well on DraftKings. What's
But
your take on this fight? And do you think this fight is a
honestly,
must-have?
honestly, I feel like Volkov might be a little slept on DraftKings based on all the Aspinall love I'm seeing. Because I'm big on strength of schedule. And the people that are beating Volkov are the best of the best in the heavyweight division. Meanwhile, Aspinall damn near gassed out against Andre Arlovsky. I mean, he hung on to Andre Arlovsky for 2 whole minutes for dear life just to catch a breath. And he was lucky enough to snatch up that sub early in the second round. But every single Aspinall fight that has been extended long enough, he's lost. So now you saw Volkov in his losses average about 50 points. That's more than any fighter on this card when they lose. So I mean, come on, man. Like if you take a 7,900 Volkov and it goes 5 rounds, he 9 times out of 10 could sneak his way into the optimal lineup if it's a low scoring night where not much underdogs win. Because he averages almost 50 points. We got some fighters like if Arnold Allen beats Dan Hooker, 9 times out of 10 he won't outscore Volkov in a loss by more than 20 points. I could see that happening, and honestly, unless Aspinall knocks out Volkov early, I just see Volkov winning in the 4th round by knockout or possibly in the 5th round. And I might actually have some sprinkles. I'm actually waiting to live bet this fight because I know Aspinall's going to look great for the first 7 minutes. And you got to also take into consideration Volkov has had 43 professional fights and he's only been knocked out twice. Twice. One by Derek Lewis, a Hail Mary knockout, and the other one by a dude who's basically one of the best heavyweights outside of the UFC. I can't pronounce his name very well, but man, Volkov is very, very game, very battle tested. He's been around forever, but he's only 33 years old, which is super young for the heavyweight division. I know he looked bad in the Tybura fight, but did he really look bad? I mean, he stuffed 16 takedowns. He outstruck him, did what he needed to do. Dude had a baby a week before the fight. You know he wasn't sleeping. That's why his cardio was kind of shitty. And also, didn't he get COVID or something right before too? So
Yeah.
honestly, this dude got taken down 14 times on 25 attempts by Curtis Blades and still won the 5th round against Curtis Blades. That tells you a lot about his cardio. I think unless Aspinall, one thing I am scared of is an early stoppage. Aspinall just lands something nice and the ref just jumps in, for the UK kid. A little robbery right there, but man, if every single way that I'm playing this fight out, if they fight 10 times, I think Volkov wins at least 6.
That's completely fair. I think like last week, in my takedown lineup, I faded the main event. It worked out.
Oh yeah.
I think this might be the case too. Like you don't have to. I don't think you have to get part of this fight, but on a 12-fight card, if you're really searching for underdogs, of course Volkov's live.
Oh yeah.
But I went the other side as the official pick, because 8-3. I mean, If he was more than 8-3, I couldn't do it. But 8-3
Yep.
for a potential early finish, like you said, a shady
Mhm.
finish that probably shouldn't have been stopped.
Yep.
8-3, and you're looking at 100 plus.
Yeah.
But then again,
Price
if
tag is
Aspinall is
good.
chalk, I'll just fade the whole fucking fight.
I feel you. I feel you. I like Volkov a lot. I think he may. I'm 9 times that fight. I don't see it going to the judges' scorecards because once Aspinall gasses, man, Volkov got some mean striking. Because before the UFC, Volkov was a very credited kickboxer too.
Yep,
His striking is almost slept on, and I mean the guys beating him, like I said, are the best of the best. You mean to tell me Aspinall's gonna beat Cyril Gane in a kickboxing fight? No chance. Like, man, Cyril Gane, I know he didn't look so great against Ngannou, but that's Ngannou. Anybody else that's been stood in front of Gane, he's destroyed, even including Derek Lewis. I mean, Volkov, Curtis Blades versus Aspinall is going to be an interesting fight because you know Curtis Blades is going to come in. If Curtis Blades lands 3 takedowns on Aspinall, I think his gas tank is done. But when it comes to captain mode for DK, honestly, Volkov looks like a great captain because then you can stack whatever you want around him. And if he gets that late finish or even third round finish, because I'm gonna sprinkle third round, fourth round, fifth round knockouts. They all got great prices, but I'm gonna wait till after that first round because that's gonna be Aspinall's best round. And if you're a better, you might as well bet Aspinall first round or second round knockout because that's really his only way of winning. He's not
agreed.
submitting, he's not submitting Volkov. You could take that out the picture. So instead of taking a minus money line number, just add some plus money to it and just take a sprinkle on both of those, and whichever outcome happens, you're making money. Because once it goes past that third round, it gets real dicey.
100%. I think Dan Hooker's a good captain.
Yep, him too.
Um, Gunner maybe
Yep,
maybe with a
Gunner. 'Cause We
submission,
got
right?
we got enough value where you can make it work with Gunner at captain.
Even Grunt. I think you can get away with even like Grundy,
Yeah. 'Cause I mean,
Paul
Grundy and
Craig.
Ngannou is another fight that 9 times out of 10 will sneak his way into the optimal because they're both wrestlers, they're both grapplers, and that's what scores high on DK nowadays. They both got shitty gas tanks too, so it's really who ends up on top is 9 times out of 10. Each round, whoever ends up on top is going to be the winner.
Agreed. So do you have any advice for the viewer? We got 15 people in here. It's more than last week. Let's go.
Hell
Do you
yeah.
have any like advice you want to give to the viewers right now? Easy as how you're gonna approach this when constructing lineups?
Really, honestly, I'm starting off with Volkov and Jack Shore, but there will be lineups where I just go Volkov and Hooker. But really, man, the 8K range is so stacked that if you don't get to the 9K range, don't be mad because there's a
Exactly.
lot of great value in that 8K range. And a lot of my best nights in MMA is when I stack the 8K range. That's a strategy that I learned a long time ago where, man, if you can't reach up to the 9K range, it's for a reason because you don't like much underdogs. And a lot of these cards, man, you're going to have about, what, 2 to 3 underdogs at most winning. Then we'll have that rare card where 4 or 5 of them may win. So just don't get mad if you can't reach the 9K fighters because, quite frankly, a lot of the 8K fighters have the same upside as the 9K fighters this week.
Yeah, I agree. First thing I always do is I put in my underdogs I like,
Yep.
and then work from there.
Yep. That's exactly how I do it too.
FanDuel, I always pick my captain first,
Man,
and then work from there.
FanDuel pricing is so tight on MMA, man. It's crazy.
I know they got it on point though. If you think about it, they make it
No, they do.
competitive.
They do. That's why if you can nail the right underdogs and you just have no one that shits the bed, you're good. You're making money.
For the main card for captain,
Yeah.
I'd go Hooker or you can go Volkov, you can go Aspinall.
Yep. Honestly, I think the main event is a great place. Main or co-main is a great place to start for captain mode because their price tags are so well. They have great price tags on that main event. So and co-main, whoever wins, you can slide them in easy at captain and stack your lineup with all the other fighters you like.
Yeah, that's. I think that's how to attack it. Mid, pick your dog mid to lower 8K range, And I think that might be the winning ticket. If
Yeah.
not, at least double your money.
I could see that. Especially if you're playing cash, then that's just the easy way. This is one of those weeks in cash where you could. I never recommend stacking fights, but you could easily stack the co-main and crash because 9 times out of 10 is going to the judges' scorecards.
Mm-hmm.
They just fit in your lineup easy. Cash, sometimes you could have a 2 out of 6 and still make it in, depending on how many underdogs win.
Yeah, this is a great card for double ups. Cash games are double ups, head to heads.
Super easy card for it.
Yeah, I have to agree with everybody going the same way mostly. So that's going to do it, guys. Easy.
Go. Yes,
where can we find you, man? Where can we find you on social media?
Man, DFS Whispers, everything. Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Just DFS Whispers.
That's it. Everything. What about TikTok? What?
DFS Whispers.
What about YouTube?
DFS Whispers.
What? 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 What about Twitter?
Twitter, DFS Whispers. That's the bottom line.
All right, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Easy. Thanks for sliding in, bro. I know you're busy too, man.
Hey, good. I actually got to run to my members only podcast now.
All right. I won't take up any more of your time. Guys, we're out of here. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching the replay, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. And don't forget, guys, dfsclub.com. Get my lineups, ownership, projections, top stacks. You guys know I got you. Click join now. Click my logo, and then pick your plans, guys. It is that easy. Let's get this spread, guys. Don't take shit from nobody. My name's Gabriel Skywalker. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.